Hey guys, my name is James Walsh, and you are listening to the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. I want to thank you for finding us. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. And if you get the chance on this video, click the like button. If you do, it'll turn blue. Check it out. Also, check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for all this great content available in MP3 format, our online store that'll keep us going free and clear, daily news updates, as well as all the information from the history of professional wrestling you could possibly ever want. Check out WrestlingEpicenter.com online right now. Without any delay, let's get to your interview here on the Wrestling Epicenter.
Welcome back to the interactive interview, and making his second appearance for the first time in over 3 years is Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Brutus, it's great to have you back on the program. How you doing?
I've never been better in my life, brother. On top of the world with this new TV show that I'm doing with Hulk Hogan. Things are getting better and better for me every day. The phone has not stopped ringing.
I got to tell you, we've been seeing your name a lot out there lately. We've seen that you've been appearing with Greg Valentine, doing some things, getting the Dream Team back together, and of course this TV show, which is just, it seems like it really wasn't getting the attention up until this week, but now it really seems to be everywhere. Everybody's talking about Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling, and if I'm not mistaken, you're one of the trainers on there.
That's correct. I play a key role in the whole show, really. They are focusing a lot on the celebrities and with the publicity, and that's only to be expected. But with Brian Knobbs and I, our roles really tie this whole thing together. We really make this whole show work. And you'll see once you see the show, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a difficult job, and but we handled it well, if I do say so myself.
Now, how did you go?
I was looking over
Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, I was looking over the show, and I was wondering, is it formatted very much like the Ultimate Fighter, where they take two coaches and have them train a bunch of young guys? Is it a lot like that, where it's going to be you and Brian Knobbs kind of competing with your own teams?
Well, to tell you the truth, I never watched that show. I have no clue what the format of that show was like. Brian takes 5 of the celebrities. I take 5. We have our own separate rings and our own little separate camp, and we take them and train them, and they compete against amongst themselves until some of them are eliminated and they can no longer, and we don't have enough people, and then we combine the teams, who's left of the teams, into one team, and then they compete against each other until the last man is standing.
Excellent. Now, let me ask you this. When you were told about the participants of the show, you got Danny Bondaducci, you got Tiffany, you got some interesting names in there. Did you think that any of them, well, maybe this person really wouldn't do it, maybe they wouldn't really succeed at this, and did anybody surprise you?
Well, they all surprised me, brother, and half of those people I had never even heard of. To be honest with you, I wasn't a big, TV, daytime TV show watcher as a kid. Dennis Rodman I've worked with in the past, and and I knew a little bit about Frank Stallone because Hulkster worked with Sly Stallone in Rocky III.
Rocky III, yeah.
I mean, so a couple of these people I'd heard of, but basically I didn't come in with any prejudgments on anybody. I came in expecting to find 10 eager beavers who really wanted to be there. Job that I could possibly do for the Hulkster and train these people and see if we couldn't get them to perform at a level that's going to surprise everybody. And I think we succeeded. We succeeded in doing that.
Now the show kicks off this weekend. Now can we get a little sneak preview? Who does the Barber train?
Well, the Barber trains Bondaducci, Todd Bridges, and Tiffany.
Tiffany, interesting. Alrighty, well, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing plays out. Now, I got to ask you, the first thing my wife said to me is, I wonder how this will play out, because she had the same thought that I did, that celebrities aren't really wrestlers. Obviously, it takes so much athleticism, and even in the preview video, Hulk Hogan even says wrestling is an art form. Do you guys maintain the integrity of pro wrestling during this thing?
Well, I mean, I believe we do. I mean, you know, everybody's going to have their own opinion, as they always do. But in what we were trying to accomplish and trying to teach some of these people about our business, what our business is about, and respect for our business, I think they all walked away with a huge amount of respect for our business, for wrestlers per se, and what they do on a daily basis. If they walked in with any ideas about wrestlers before this, I guarantee you when they walked out, they had a whole different opinion about it. And I think they all had a huge amount of respect for Hulk and for all wrestlers after they were experienced this little 4-week camp, you might say.
Now, did anybody...
Speaking of other wrestlers, I'm sorry, James. Speaking of other wrestlers, Goldberg and RVD are listed as making special appearances. What exactly are their roles on the show?
Well, just like you just said, they made some special appearances to just do a little, give a little additional motivation, you might say, to the celebrities.
Very cool. Now, did anybody of those celebrities come in with a bad attitude and not thinking, oh, wrestling, this is phony, this is that, and how long did it take you to knock that out of them?
I can't give away too much here, brother. Everybody came in with their own idea of what was going on, and we knocked the shit out of all of them, and we beat and bumped and bruised every single one of them from the moment they walked in there to the moment they left. So it didn't take long to teach them that it's no joke. Wrestling is a serious business. It's a serious sport. It's a serious art form. And anybody who thinks it's not is going to get a wake-up call.
Absolutely. Well, when does the show debut?
Saturday night, man, 8 o'clock.
Looking forward to checking it out.
18th of October, 2 days from now.
Looking forward to it. I mean, when this airs, it'll probably be the same night, so I'm looking forward to checking this out and seeing what we have here at the Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling. Big Hulk Hogan fans here, big Brutus Beefcake fans here. Now, as I said, you did the show a couple years back. It was great to talk to you then. It's great to talk to you now. What have you been up to lately? I noticed that you're getting out there doing some of these autograph signings and things, and are you still stepping in the ring?
All the time, man. I'm going to Canada in a couple of weeks. I still do a lot of signings, a lot of wrestling. Tag up with Greg the Hammer a lot. I see Tito. I see Mark Jannetty. I see Coco Beware. I see Honky Tonk Man. I see Knobs and Sags. I see Van Dam. I see a lot of the boys around the country. Some of the old WWF guys. I just saw Don Morocco at a signing. I haven't seen him in 20 years or 15 years or so. Superstar Billy Graham. I saw Buff Bagwell and his old partner the other day. So, I mean, it was great to get out and see some guys I hadn't seen in years. And, Brutus, the Barber Beefcake, right now is 232 pounds,
wow.
6'3", about 8 or 9% body fat, and conditioning-wise is in the best shape of his life. And I can go, and I'm 51 years old, just for anybody's wondering. I'm 33 years in the wrestling business, and I'll kick anybody's ass anytime, anywhere.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mess with you. But I wanted to ask you this. A lot of people give you some crap on the internet. Everybody has an opinion, and usually they stink, and all that, those catchphrases that go along with that. Now, I always thought you were pretty darn good in that ring, and I think that fans are going to really get a chance to see what you know by seeing you training here. But do you think that this will maybe silence some of your ridiculous critics, seeing what you know how to do in that ring when you're doing it, training some of these not necessarily athletes?
Well, I really could care less. Everybody, opinions like assholes. Everybody's got one. And I don't live my life worrying about what anybody says or has ever said about me. It doesn't really matter. I know, and I'm very, very supremely confident in my abilities, as is the Hulkster, who has been my friend for life and has always called upon me when he needs something, and because he knows who he can trust. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm supremely confident in my abilities, and I'm sure that after people watch this show, they will know that Brutus Beefcake can handle himself, and Brutus Beefcake knows what he's talking about. And 33 years in the business and still rocking, means that I know what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Well, let me ask you this: the rumors are, as rumors are, and everybody's saying, "Oh, well, Hogan and Bischoff are going to take this and they're going to spin it off into their new pro wrestling promotion." And Hogan teases it, maybe, maybe not. And if that ever did happen, might we see you get in that ring and become maybe part of the main roster?
Well, I think you can pretty much count on that.
Alrighty. Well, here's hoping that happens. Now, Brutus, I saw that you have a website. Would you like to plug that?
Well, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake.com. I got a MySpace that's probably more popular by far than my website. It's got a lot of stuff on it. All the celebrities from the show are all in top slots on there. Probably 5,000 to 6,000 friends. Ricky Matlock from Leonard Skinner. I mean, I could sit here for 2 hours probably going with celebrities and rock and rollers and people that are on there. So, if you got time, and check it out.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. See, when I was writing these questions, I was trying to find a way to put it. Now, I just went over to Walmart, and I saw that the Hulk Hogan and the Mega Powers, the Mega Maniacs, pardon me, action figures are still out there, and they're still selling huge, and people still love Brutus Barber Beefcake. And as a matter of fact, I stopped by to see if the new AC/DC record was in, and I was thinking to myself, man, nostalgia seems to be in, but I think you guys might have just been one cut above what's going on these days.
Well, I think you're right. I think that what's old is new again. People are tuning in at 24/7 to watch the matches from the 70s and the 80s and the early 90s again, when there was a lot of wrestling in the wrestling show. And it wasn't sex and a lot of violence. Guys hitting each other with sledgehammers and running over each other with motorcycles or trucks or limousines or some crap like that. Guys were in the ring and they were competing and they were wrestling, and they get on the microphone and they actually talked, and they didn't have to have a script. They didn't have 14 freaking writers to tell them what to say. Guys could think for themselves, and they were, and not everybody looked like freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilder. Wrestlers look like wrestlers, and there were guys who were built, but there were also just big men out there, big who were wrestlers, and everybody had to look like they're a bodybuilder with veins popping out of their head like they're going to explode. It was just a different day.
Do you think that day could be coming back? Because they say everything goes full circle.
Well, it does go full circle, and you never know. I'm kind of hoping it does. I like to, train a new generation of wrestlers just to go out there and wrestle again and compete, and not have to, and not have to do all the crap that they think they have to do out there now, and when they get in the ring. I think you just go learn how to work again, learn something called psychology, which most of the guys have no clue what that word is, and that's why the business is suffering.
Now, who do you blame? Do you blame the business itself, or do you blame the trainers, or who do you blame for the loss of the art form?
Anybody. Times change, people change. They lost sight of the big picture. With the wrestling schools, probably the biggest problem I blame is the lack of territories. When there was 50 territories in this country, and every state had a little territory, and people had their own little wrestling matches, every week in their little town that they went to, and there was little federations all over the place. Guys wrestled every night. That's how guys learned how to learn psychology and learned wrestling. Now, with Vince McMahon owning the whole wrestling world and a bunch of idiots trying to train them, well, it's no wonder that nobody knows a damn thing about anything, and why the business sucks and why it is what it is.
Let me give you a quote from Hulk Hogan, and I put this on everybody because it really was profound. He said, "When you watch wrestling today, it's clear that the guys know the moves, but they don't know what they mean."
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
Exactly. Now, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you since our last interview, and I didn't ask you, and it's kind of a Marcus question, but I was always wondering what happened here. It's the last days of your career with WCW. Hulk Hogan was starting to turn face again. He was starting to be the good guy again, and the Disciple was kind of lost. And they did an angle where you went to Flair, and Flair was talking about your contract, and you wrestled Hogan. Was anything supposed to come of that, or was that kind of just writing you off?
No, they just didn't know what was going on there. Things weren't very good with the office. With my relationship with Bischoff in the office there, they had Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and all these other idiots running the office instead of the actual guys who should have been running it, and things were slipping away from them. And I really don't even have a clue what was going on there, much less do I think they had a clue what was going on there. So, I mean, it sucked that I put a lot of effort and time into making that Disciple could have done anything and took it anywhere, any place, any time, and gone and done anything with it. And they just didn't do it. Why? Who knows?
As a fan, I could tell you that I thought that was absolutely the coolest look that you had.
Well, it was good. I mean, it was a good look. They said they couldn't repackage Brutus again because everybody knows him. He's been this, he's been that, he's done these different characters, blah 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 blah. So one more time, Hulkster and I just said, well, let's just see what we'll see. And we went back to the drawing board and came up with a character. And when I walked out there, not a damn person knew.
Nobody knew.
Not a clue who that I was Brutus Beefcake, nor did they care. The Disciple made a distinct impression and could have carried on for a long time. And then once people caught on to that I was the Disciple, it only made it even better because they were just totally in shock.
Absolutely. Well, man, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing you this weekend on the Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling on CMT, and I can't thank you again enough for stopping by the show again. You're welcome back anytime, and I wish you the best of luck in your continued endeavors, and if there's ever anything else we can help promote, you got our phone number. Give us a call. We'll put it up on the website and do what I can to promote it.
I appreciate it, man. I enjoyed being on, and I wish the best to you guys and continued success. And just keep on watching. That's all I can tell you, because every week, Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling is just going to keep getting better and better and better.
Hey, Hogan setting records with the VH1 audience. You can think he was the highest-rated celebrity reality show on there, and I'm sure that CMT is about to find out that Hogan brings the ratings as well. And with you on there, it can only get better.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. We're gonna rock 'em, man. Just tune in.
All right. Stay tuned for more from the interactive interview here on WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Hey guys, my name is James Walsh, and you are listening to the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. I want to thank you for finding us. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. And if you get the chance on this video, click the like button. If you do, it'll turn blue. Check it out. Also, check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for all this great content available in MP3 format, our online store that'll keep us going free and clear, daily news updates, as well as all the information from the history of professional wrestling you could possibly ever want. Check out WrestlingEpicenter.com online right now. Without any delay, let's get to your interview here on the Wrestling Epicenter.